Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining us for Comics from the Future. It is the show we do every single Friday where we preview the latest and greatest upcoming comics that you can order. And you can order as much as you want because these haven't hit the shelves yet. You don't have to worry about things running out and all that good stuff. So thank you for joining us at the start of your weekend. And if you need anything you see here, let us know. But first, my name's Megan.
I'm Andy.
And I'm Jason. We're Infinity Flux out of the lovely Chattanooga, Tennessee.
That's right. If you don't know, we have a shop here in Chattanooga, Tennessee. If you have not visited us and you're in that area, definitely come by.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
What are you doing with your life? But if you're not, we really love all the people who subscribe and watch our YouTube channel or watch us live on Facebook. It means the world to us, so we can't thank you enough. We are creeping close to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is crazy, so it's awesome. All right, well, today is going to be previewing comics that are going to be for a 5th Wednesday. And in case you don't know, in the industry, that is typically one of the lighter release dates.
Lots of annuals.
Yeah, so you're going to see a lot of annuals in this show. You're going to see a lot of specials. So that's what we're getting into today. So let's do it.
Alrighty, so
What's
first up.
First up, it is Action Comics Annual. So they're renumbering. It's funny how they went back to legacy numbering, but this is annual number 1. So this is really cool though. So like DC's been doing, which I'm super excited about, this is going to take place in the future state timeline of House of L. So if you read the future state House of L, you know it was, I don't even know if they said how far in the future. It was pretty far in the future. It was the descendants of Superman and Connor Kent and Jonathan Kent, all of them, and now they've like spread across the galaxy. Some are still being kind of supermen and superwomen, and then some of them have taken different roads. There's some that are there's one that's a Green Lantern. There's kind of good ones and bad ones. Well, we're revisiting that timeline. Super cool. And this also connects into the story arc that's going on, War World Rising. So the stuff that Superman is doing in the regular series is kind of reverberating through all of time. And you see kind of the stuff that has come out of that in this one. We know we're getting really close to the new Jonathan Kent Superman #1. So I feel like all of this is really going to start heading that direction, and we don't know what's going to happen with Clark Kent Superman, but I feel like this is maybe going to give us a little bit of idea of maybe where he went, what's happening. So yeah, there is, so like we said, annuals.
It's been a while since I read House of L.
Yeah.
Now, Future State, it feels like a while ago. I've read so many comics. The Superman there with the glowing eye, is that Clark Kent?
So when he showed up in it, he was a little bit more refined looking, but I wouldn't put it past them that is either him, is that Jonathan Kent. You know, there it does say there's going to be some mysteries involved in this as well.
Whenever there's a mystery man in the background of a cover, that's the one to watch, especially when his eye is glowing.
Yeah.
That's the center of the comic, pretty much.
And this has Brandon Kent, who is the current like Superman of this era, which I don't think we saw too much of him in House of L, so that's going to be really cool too. And there is a variant for this. This is the Valentine variant.
Lots of that mustard yellow color.
I like that. Not when you say that though, because I don't like mustard. I don't like condiments of any kind.
Oh, sorry, they did that with ketchup and mustard
But
mixed
I like
together.
this.
I would
corner of mayo.
I would be all for like an entire variant cup per month, and it's all done in like sauces. That'd be so cool.
Sauce month. All right, this is the Catwoman 2021 annual. So this is going to be an oversized issue that focuses mainly, of course, on Catwoman, but also Father Valley. So we don't know a lot about this mysterious hitman vigilante. He sounds really scary though, because he's super methodical. He keeps, like, they call it a Bible on each of his targets, and he waits until his targets are at the height, like the peak of their fitness and training, and they're, you know, maybe they just feel on their game, and that's when he waits to strike. So pretty villainous, pretty, you know, who wants to take you down a peg? And Catwoman is on his hit list. So not great for her. Hopefully they resolve things by the end of the issue, but that's what this one focuses on. So this is our Kyle HOTZ A cover, and then this Liam Sharp B cover. I'm getting some Sandman vibes
definitely
here.
with those little cubbies and everything.
I really like this. It's very cool, and this variant is a cardstock variant, so it's $1 more. It is $6.99.
All right, the next annual is the Flash's 2021 annual. So, of course, this run of Flash, since they came back from Future State, it follows Wally West. It began with him giving up the mantle of the Flash. He was like, I'm done with it. But then he got pulled into the Speed Force. Something happened. A surge happened within the Speed Force. In fact, the storyline is called Surge, and this is the last part to it. It's been throwing him around throughout time. He was with dinosaurs. The dinosaurs had the Speed Force, so he was running from dinosaurs that were catching up with him. He was in World War II lately. He got to punch Hitler. You know, it's been really fun. This is going to be the last part of it, and I don't know what's going to happen, but it promises, the solicitation says that he comes up with a good reason why he actually wants to stay Flash. So I almost wonder if going forward, is he going to be the main Flash, or are we going to have him and Barry Allen both with the mantle? Or
yeah, we know Barry Allen is going to be a big part of Infinite Frontier, where he's in space in a multi-dimensional thing, checking out all that. And
so maybe Wally will stick around.
I'm wondering if
Earth.
the Flash title is going to transition to being Wally's title, and is this going to follow Barry into that? I don't know, but sounds like we're going to get a lot of those answers in this
I think so too. And Joshua Williamson, who of course was writing Flash all the way up until lately, he's now the head dude doing Infinite Frontier.
Yeah.
And he still has some input on what's happening with Flash. So I think it's all going to sort of tie together.
Yeah. And
then there is the Brett Booth variant cover with all the different
This
Flashes.
one's really cool. I mean,
you have to turn your head taco style. But you can really enjoy that and then eat a taco at the same time.
Next up is another annual, but this one's cool how they're kind of phrasing and everything. This is Teen Titans Academy Yearbook #1. So it's technically kind of their annual. It's another oversized issue. But this one is going to explore a lot of our students in Teen Titans Academy, maybe that we've seen but we don't know a whole lot about. This is going to show how they joined the academy, which we really haven't seen too much of. What the do you get like a letter in the mail saying you're cordially invited? We don't know, but we're going to find out a lot about the some of the new characters. Also, it's going to touch on some Beast Boy and Raven romance that has been brewing, and also, of course, it can't be Teen Titans Academy without some clues about who Red X is. So we're going to get a lot of that, too. It sounds like it's going to be a really big issue, and it seems like every issue of Teen Titans Academy so far has been pretty groundbreaking. So I think this is going to be a really, really cool, and we're getting to the end of their first semester in the academy.
We better get some awkward yearbook pictures.
Oh, there's going to be some bunny ears behind people. And,
or some superlatives. Yeah, that would be cool. Let us know in the comments, what was your superlative? Did you have a superlative in high school? Did you guys have one? Do you remember?
I don't think I got one.
I was homeschooled, so I just got like, I don't know.
It's the way to dodge your question every day.
Our yearbook was like family Christmas cards. I don't know.
I think I got most musical, or maybe I just wanted that one. I don't know. Anyway, moving on.
Oh, and then there is the variant, the Sandoval variant, and that's one of the characters we're going to find out their history. We've only seen a little bit of them.
And I see, it looks like there's the teacher there. The teacher is Red X.
He says, your grade is an X, or I'm going to sign your yearbook with an X.
Maybe one of the teachers is Red X.
It could be.
So.
Alright guys, now we are going to talk about a couple free comic book day titles Marvel has released, what their big titles are going to be. So these are really cool, and in case you didn't know, Free Comic Day is on August 14th this year, not in May as it used to be. So at least for this year, it's still coming up. Now you can't pre-order Free Comic Book Day titles at a lot of shops. A lot of them are just going to come up first come, first serve. If you have a pull list with us, you can tell us what you want. We will keep track of that for you. and you can say that we're awesome, and I'll love you for it. And anyway, this is their gold title, Avengers Hulk. And this is going to be written by Donny Cates and Jason Aaron with art by Ryan Ottley. And this is interesting because Donny Cates is going to be writing the new Hulk series that was just announced. So this is definitely that issue you want to get before it starts. Get some backstory, get some info. Probably going to be collectible later on. But super cool that Donny Cates is writing this one. And then next we have Amazing Spider-Man. This is their silver title, Spider-Man Venom. So this one is written by Al Ewing and Ram V with art by Brian Hitch. Same deal. It's going to lead into the new Spider-Man stuff. So they're basically just, well, kind of swapping titles. Honestly.
They really are.
Al Ewing and Donny Cates.
Yep.
So that's very cool.
I like when Marvel does this too. Instead of just giving you a story that's like from the vault or, you know,
Right.
just a generic story, it's
Something
like
original.
they use this as a
springboard.
springboard. New
Yeah.
people are coming in, picking this up. If they really like it, they can come back and be like, I want more of this. And they're actually able to get more of this because these are going to be new ongoing titles rather than you reading it like, that was really good. Too bad none of these people are working on this title. This is actually, I think, going to be, you know, one of the biggest deals for, because usually it's like a issue 0 to an event or something. This is actually, you know, kind of an issue 0 to 2 new series.
Yeah,
It's
written
going to
by
be really cool.
some of the written and drawn by some of the greatest talent
Yeah.
out there right now. So super cool. Some free comic book day stuff.
All right. Also from Marvel, this is a wraparound cover. That's why we're showing it this way. This is This is United States Captain America #1 of 5. It is a 5-issue miniseries where Captain America's shield has been stolen. So, I mean, right away the premise has me. It's like, who would dare do that? And how are you going to hide it? Who are you going to give it to? Like, he's coming after you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you watch the previous episodes, I've said I think Captain America can beat anyone if he really has to. Like, you know, even Galactus, somehow he'd win. So somebody's stolen Captain America's shield. Captain America and Falcon team up. They take a cross-country road trip to try to find the shield. But what they discover is that there are other people in small communities who have had to take up the mantle of Captain America. So I don't think these people are saying, I'm him. They're more like him for the community.
Inspired by.
Yeah, inspired by. And so each issue is going to introduce us to one new Captain America in a small, sort of rural American community. I'm really interested in the series. On top of that, the person who has stolen the shield is trying to kill all these Captain America variants. So, you know, Captain America and Falcon not only are interested to meet these people, but they have to try to protect them while trying to unravel the mystery. I think it's just a really awesome premise. I'm very interested in these other characters, who they are, why they've had to take up that mantle in their community. It's really neat. I mean, Captain America, he's busy doing this big stuff, as big as like cosmic level. You know, what's going on the smaller scale?
Yeah.
So we have a few variants for this. This is the Bazaldua design variant. So this is probably one of the Captain America that you're going to meet. I'd assume this is probably the character in the first one who they run into. And then here is the Todd Nook headshot variant.
We're still not done with these.
No, we're not. And I mean, just so you know, if you see the lines around it, there is no neck.
Yeah.
The neck is gone. It's just that.
Well, that next very month is going to be all necks.
All necks.
And you can put them all together.
You'll be able to know the Hulk's neck, I think. Yeah, some necks you'll know, other necks you won't so much.
Next up is one that kind of came out of nowhere for me. I hadn't heard about this until this solicitation came out for this. This is Parasomnia #1 from Dark Horse. And this is by Cullen Bunn, who just this week had a Basilisk #1, which big success.
Yeah.
People are really liking it. I've always liked Cullen Bunn. I've been a big fan since his Six Gun and all of that stuff. So this is cool. This is it's hard to explain. It will take reading it to really get it. But there is a disappearance of this man's son, and this man goes into the dreamscape in order to find him. It's giving me a lot of vibes of, I mean, there's a little bit of Sandman, a little bit of like Bloodborne, the look of that. This guy is a hunter and he has special abilities in the dream world. So it's going to bounce between like our world and this dream world. But this dream world is like swords and sorcery. It's monsters. It's highwaymen. It's forgotten gods. It's like this dark fantasy world that is kind of always moving and morphing because it's this dreamscape. It says this is, for fans of books like Cullen Bunn's Six Gun or Sandman, things like that, that kind of dark fantasy.
I see a lot of that in the cover because it's a mirror image. You
Yeah.
have the upper part, and you can see the detail, then the lower part, which is obviously the dreamscape.
Yeah. So I think this sounds really cool. I'm a big Cullen Bunn fan. I like when he's doing this tone of book. He writes such good horror books and very unusual concepts for them. He really explores, makes them fun, but also can get really dark, really scary at times.
He's got a good imagination,
Yeah.
and he can write different. I've read his comedy and liked it.
Yeah.
I've read his horror and liked it. I've read his drama and liked it.
Yeah.
So.
And then we have the variant cover. This is the Albuquerque variant, and it's very interesting. It almost looks like a I don't know, like a red coat or something with like a tri-corner hat and
Yeah, I see sort of a highwayman.
yeah.
Like
So
a highway robbery back in the
yeah,
day.
I don't know if this is a highwayman or maybe the guy who's a hunter. I don't know, but I like the smoky and the kind of mysterious look this book has.
Yeah.
Super cool. Okay, this is Barbaric from Vault Comics. This is... Okay, our main character here, his name is Owen. It says he's been cursed to live a life of... where he can only do good. I don't know why that's a curse necessarily, but he doesn't like it. He is a man of violence. He wants to kill. He wants to thrill. He wants blood in the sky. Raining from the sky. Anyway.
Just blood in the sky, just floating there. Like, oh, what's that up there?
So anyway, he's been cursed to. It says, so he wants to be violent, but he's been cursed to live a life of doing good. So he and his axe can talk. It has a personality, and apparently it has a drinking problem. They travel the realm and try to help those in need of assistance. Of course, Owen, our main character, has his enemies too. He hates witches, apparently, and he gets into all sorts of violent trouble. So that is the main takeaway from this book. It is like Conan and Berserker mixed with huge amounts of violence. The solicitation is funny because, yeah, they curse and all that. So it's a very mature title. There's a little bit of nudity, a lot of blood. So if that sounds like it's up your alley, then that's perfect.
I kind of get the premise. It sounds like he's in a really dark Conan world where why would somebody help others? And so they just want to make sure that this guy has a reason to do it while still, being someone who grew up in such a harsh world.
Yeah, being such like a barbarian, like doing good would almost be hard because you're like, oh, I'm just used to like all this barbaric violence, and those two don't really go together.
That's a good cover. The axe has me.
Yeah.
Like, the axe with the
axe
mouth
sounds really
and
cool. Yeah,
the
it's a
blood
good
all in
design.
it. Yeah.
So let's see some other covers. This is the B cover. You want to see more of that axe? This is the HIXSON variant.
That's good.
And then we have the Daniel variant. Very much homage to Conan.
Yeah, the Marvel Conan. All right, so there is a new quarterly Godzilla book called Godzilla Rivals, where they will have him every 3 months go up against a different monster. This is the number one. This is Godzilla versus Hedorah. So we have so many Godzilla fans around here. I like Godzilla stuff too. And I guess, they finally got talking about it. They're like, can he do his own monthly forever? And they're like, nah, let's just do it every 3 months. Give some cool off period. These are going to be 48-page one-shots. At least this one is. And I believe it's $7.99. So you're going to get a full-on story, lots of monster battles. We just want to make sure
what people want.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool because just recently they put out that Monsters and Protector series, but that is definitely aimed towards a younger audience. This feels like, not that it's like a mature title, but this is the classic Godzilla, what people come in there looking for. And I love each issue different monster, because that's what the movies are.
Yeah.
Each movie is like, I want to see Godzilla versus this guy, versus this guy. I think this is a great idea.
Yeah. So, and there's no variant cover. There's an incentive, but we don't show incentives on the show. We only show open order things on the show. So you only have to worry about this cover. That's simple.
I
So,
want it.
For all you Godzilla fans, there you go.
So this is a really interesting one. This is Mighty Crusaders one-shot The Shield. This is from Archie Comics. So if you've been a long-time comic fan, you probably have heard of some of the Archie superheroes. They're not in the Archie universe. This is not big muscular Archie. But Archie has owned this kind of other universe that they haven't really touched in quite a while, that goes back years and years. I mean, these are old properties, and they are revitalizing them. So Rob Liefeld is doing this one. He was originally supposed to be on all of them, but I believe due to some kerfuffles, he is now only doing this one. But it sounds really cool. Of course, the Shield, he is kind of your hard not to compare him to Captain America.
Yeah.
Character who's always done very just and patriotic things, but something happens that threatens his legacy. There was a variant cover that came out that is kind of why Rob Liefeld got mad about this, that revealed some of the story elements of it, and I think that actually the cover enhanced what I thought about the book, because I was like, oh, that's what this is going to be about? But when it says it deals with the legacy, that's very literal, and I think that is going to be one of the really cool parts of it. There is a lot of variants for this. So first off, we have, the first was the Liefeld, of course, and then we have the Francavilla variant.
Yeah, he likes doing those classic looking ones. He's good at that.
Love his color choices. We have the Aaron Lopresti variant. We have, of course, David Mack, which is a really cool one. It's a little different for David Mack. It's not as like realism as some of the faces get.
Yeah.
We have Jerry Ordway, classic comic book artist Jerry Ordway. We have a top secret Liefeld variant. So I don't even know if this is really the cover of it, or if this is going to be, I don't know, polybagged or something, but it's top secret from what it says.
Interesting.
And then we have the Liefeld sketch variant as well. So I'll be interested to see. I don't know a whole lot about these characters, and since these are one-shots, it'll be cool to see, oh, what are the other characters that are in this universe? And I think it's cool that Archie's going back to these and trying to bring them back.
One day I want to see a sketch variant where the sketch variant is just like a stick figure.
Yeah.
But the inker took it, and you originally saw what he did, and it's this brilliant piece. But then, oh, here's the original sketch variant.
The rough variant.
Yeah.
It's just a couple stick figures.
All right, this is Boston Metaphysical Society Scourge Mechanical Men. One shot, long
You can
title.
hardly fit all the words on the cover.
So this is the first standalone sequel to the Boston, what was I just saying? Metaphysical Society. So this is just a one-shot. So this is a steampunk adventure featuring Granville T. Woods and Nikola Tesla in a race to save Boston from a mysterious disease that turns humans into soulless machines. So definitely for fans of steampunk and alternate histories and just interesting sci-fi tales. But that's what this one is, in just the one cover.
Yeah, it's a good one and done too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you just want a comic and read it and it's done.
There's never enough steampunk stuff for the fans who like it. You know? So
Lady Mechanica only comes out so often.
Yeah.
Free comic book day, then maybe one more that year if we're lucky. All right, so this is Amazing Spider-Man Giant Size Chameleon Conspiracy #1, one shot. This is a 56-page epic conclusion to the Chameleon Conspiracy plot line that's been going on.
Just started this week. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is going to be the conclusion of it. It's more than double side. As you can see, they're doing that homage to that previous Spider-Man cover.
Yeah.
I can't remember how long ago that was with all the heads on the wall.
That.
So we just want everybody to know about this. I think this is mostly just going to appeal to everybody who's already reading Spider-Man.
I know for our store, if you're on Amazing Spider-Man, we'll get this for you because,
Okay.
of course, it's naturally it's going to be the conclusion of the story. But I don't know if every store is going to do that. So, if
You might
you have a
wanna
different
remind your
if
store,
you have a
make
different
sure.
store than us, you may want to tell your store that, hey, make sure I do get this because it'd be a real shame to read this whole thing and not get the finale.
And someday, if we ever switch our Comics from the Future background, maybe a background of heads like that
Oh yeah,
could
like
work for us.
superhero heads. or something.
Halloween time.
It's a little
I'd
grim,
expect.
but kind of fun.
Yeah. And there is a variant, so here's the variant if you prefer that one, or if you just want both of them.
Next up is Marvel's number 3. This is that crazy series that the number 1 blew up
Yeah.
and no one had enough copies of, by Kurt Busiek, where anything and everything goes, basically. Each issue can take place whenever, with whoever, which is, I'm glad that they gave them that kind of range to work with, because we get stories like this. The jungles of Southeast Asia, before the Fantastic Four were formed, we have Reed Richards and Ben Grimm are on a government mission to fight monsters. I mean, it's one of those stories. It's like, I don't know where this fits if you had in the ongoing Fantastic Four story. So you need a series like this to pull it back and be like, let's go to this point in time and tell this story. Also features Winter Soldier, Red Guardian, Warlord Crow of the Deviants, for those Eternals fans out there, and the Shi'ar. So just so many characters that never really interact or anything get thrown into this one with this awesome Alex Ross cover.
And look at the footprint that they're standing in. I mean, this could easily be your Godzilla Marvel crossover here. More than likely, I'm thinking Fin Fang Foom.
Yeah.
But, could be an original monster, too.
All right, so this is crossover
So
number
interesting.
7. Yeah, really interesting issue here. As you know, if you've been reading the series, we just finished our first major story arc. I don't know how many spoilers I can get into, but a lot has changed. The new worlds have opened up. Yeah, so this, as you can see by the cover, is not being written by Donny Cates. It is written by Chip Zdarsky, and it's very self-aware in the solicitation. Donny Cates is like, why is Chip Zdarsky writing my book? What's going on? And I think, hopefully, we're getting it to some more mysteries, hopefully, like what's up with that Solid Blood, issue number 17, where did it come from? What's going on here? Where did Donny Cates get transported to, maybe? So, I don't know.
It's such a meta story.
Yeah.
Because I think, was Chip Zdarsky mentioned in the book before? I know a lot of creators.
I think in issue 1,
I know Brian
got
K. Vaughan
mentioned
was mentioned.
as
everything.
missing, I think.
Yeah, and he's
And that's him on the poster. That's Chip Zdarsky right there.
So
Or
it's
I
just-
thought that's, yeah,
That's
this is
Chip
weird.
Zdarsky on the
So
poster.
it's like he's writing this book and he's missing, and I don't know, but it's cool that Donny Cates is like, yeah, you can do an issue and explore some different weirdness in it.
We're going to see how meta they can make crossover and if they can pull it off. I think this issue really is going to be one of the ones where people go, okay, this is wild. I'm buckled in for who knows what's next. Or, this is the one that lost me.
You lost me, yeah.
So we'll have to see. Luckily, Cates is an excellent writer. So is Zdarsky.
Yep.
So it's like, oh, you're going to have somebody fill in. It's him. Great.
Yeah.
So.
Wait till it gets so meta you open the book and look in, and it's like the back of your head looking at the comic, and you're like, whoa.
Mirrors inside.
Yes.
Okay, so another really interesting comic
very excited.
is Department of Truth. This is the A cover to issue number 10. And in this one, it says that Cole Turner is going to go on his first Bigfoot hunt. Now, this is a cover I want to see because a lot of times when they do Bigfoot in comics, Bigfoot looks goofy. He looks like a cross between Homer Simpson and an ape. This Bigfoot is the one I want to see. One that is scary, one that's cryptic, one that, just frightening.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty interested in this. We got a couple of other covers to show. Here is the B cover by Ricciardo.
Ricciardi?
Yeah, Ricciardi.
Ricciardi?
Very cool looking. I mean, they just tell
That's
the cover
psychedelic.
artist, just
Here's
whatever
some of the
you wanna
elements
do.
we have. Do whatever with them.
That's
Yeah.
like kaleidoscope.
It's neat. And then here is the C cover by Dialness.
I'm excited about this issue. One thing, because the previous issues have been very like government conspiracies, alien conspiracies. This is, I don't know, that
Cryptozoological.
Cryptozoological. Like it kind of is changing its focus, and I think this is going to be cool to see. You know, they're out of the buildings and everything. They're going to be out in the woods, and I think it's going to be kind of a very fresh feeling when we get this issue.
Yeah.
Next up is Usagi Yojimbo, Dragon Bellow Conspiracy. So this is cool because if you haven't read Usagi Yojimbo before, this is a great jumping on point. It says this is maybe the biggest Usagi story ever. So if you're not familiar with Usagi, he is a wandering samurai Ronin rabbit. Very much in the style of like a Hellboy, where a story will begin and he's just wandering into a village that has a problem, and he is calm and collected, and he helps solve it by taking out the enemy, or there's always a little twist on it. But this one sounds like it's going to be a 6-part miniseries, which doesn't happen a lot with Usagi. Right. Usually they're just the standalone stories, and in this one, there is a sinister plot to overthrow the shogun, and it's going to bring in a lot of Usagi's supporting characters. He's got a pretty cool cast of other animal samurais, and there's like a blind pig samurai and stuff. I think this series is really, really fun. This cover's by David Peterson, who did Mouse Guard. Such nice covers. They just recently did the one where every cover is Peach Momoko. So Usagi's coming back in a big way too, because I believe he's getting a Netflix series.
Yes, he is.
And I think this is definitely IDW ramping up the kind of production level of this character to get him familiar to people. And it's pretty all ages. There is some, sword fighting and everything, but in general, it's kind of like Ninja Turtles level. He's even teamed up with the Ninja Turtles before. So I think this is also a good one for not little kids, but, ones that middle grade would really like this as well. And this one, usually Usagi is in black and white. This series is going to be in color.
Cool. Okay, this is, for all you Power Rangers fans, this is a one-shot Power Rangers Unlimited Edge of Darkness. So this is going to be the first full appearance of Phantom Ranger, and as he investigates the aftermath of an Imperial attack. So I've already had a lot of Power Ranger folks asking for this, so haven't had any big event Power Ranger thing happen in a minute, so this will be a good one to grab.
We always sell out of these one-shots too. They're always really big things, and they've been doing a good job introducing new characters in them or new cool plot lines.
Yes, so that's the latest.
Alright, so the latest War of the Bounty Hunters tie-in is Dr. Aphra number 11. Or I should say the latest one you can pre-order.
Pre-order, yeah.
So in this issue, Aphra and, of course, her friend, they are on a very old ship. And on that old ship is Dirge, the bounty hunter who was seen at the very end of the last issue. So it's sure to be exciting.
Yeah.
If you're trying to get all the tie-ins to War of the Bounty Hunters, here's a reason to get that.
I could go on and on about Dirge. I'm a big fan of Dirge. So his last one, I think, would be considered the first cameo post-Disney acquisition of Star Wars. This will be his first full appearance. He was originally in the Genndy Tartakovsky Clone Wars cartoon series, the mini episode series. Super cool character. It's really cool that they're reaching back into that like pre-canon stuff and pulling out these characters. And I think hopefully this is indicative of War of the Bounty Hunters, where we're going to be seeing a lot more of these characters pop back up and get reintroduced.
With them doing that, to me it shows that Disney's letting people run this who have a real love of Star Wars.
Yeah.
And that, because it doesn't feel like ego's getting involved in this.
Yeah.
It's not somebody at the top going, nah, it's our stuff now. All the other stuff is dead.
Right.
It's the people who have even read that stuff that was by other people, by other companies, and they're like, sorry, this is the cool stuff. Let's bring it in. That's what people want. That's what I want. And I think that's why the Star Wars books have been just such huge hits and successes ever since Disney.
And if they don't
took
kill
him
him
on.
off in this, I could see Dirge going on to be in a lot more stuff because he was a very big character in the old Dark Horse Star Wars Republic series. So I think this will be definitely one even maybe some speculators will want to grab.
Yeah. And here is the Pride Month variant.
Yeah, with Santa Staros. Another Pride Month variant is for Star Wars High Republic number 6. This features the new characters in there, Tarek and I don't know if it's Ceret or Carrot, which is Ceret. But really cool variant. And this issue is the Jedi are teaming up with the HOTZ, which is crazy in of itself, going after the Drengir, the kind of plant-based villains that have been in the series since this one started. But it also teases there is a new who or what is the Great Progenitor. So could be a new first appearance of something. It seems like this issue is going to be wrapping up the first story arc, first villain of High Republic, and maybe teasing the next with this new character or thing. So another really cool one you'll want to grab.
All right, we just wanted to show you the cover of this one because it's really cool. This is Avengers Mech Strike number 4. It's the 5-part series, so it's almost over. And this is a super cool Ron Lim Thanos variant. Thanos looks to be a mech here as well. Love all the colors, Infinity Gauntlet homage, so cool.
And Ron Lim, he's like, I'm the guy who did that Infinity Gauntlet
Yeah.
cover originally.
In case you didn't
that
know.
cover is so fantastic. He can do it over and over in any way he
Yeah.
wants. And Ron Lim, I'm so glad he's still around. So this is Black Widow number 8. This is the variant, the Spider-Man's villain variant with Electro on there. Of course, there's been a lot of people picking up Black Widow because there's just been a lot of crazy, interesting things going on in it. There's the new character Lucy, who it was revealed lately has powers. So, I mean, already you have a character who's looking like she might shape up into a new Black Widow's character herself. She's being trained by White Widow, and now she has powers. Meanwhile, there is Apogee, which is the new villain organization, and this issue claims more secrets of theirs is going to be revealed. And who's the double agent in Apogee? Well, it's Anya Corazon, who used to be Spider-Girl.
Yeah.
She's working for Black Widow. So, I mean, a lot of moving things going on in this, and that's why everyone's been jumping onto the series. So just want you to know about that, and that this is the Spider-Man Villains variant cover for it.
Next up is Black Cat Annual. They're getting in on the annuals as well. This is the Charest variant. And this one's cool because I didn't know Black Cat is actually tying in with the Infinite Destinies storyline as well. Also, what's really cool about this one, this is a caper that takes Black Cat across Seoul, and she comes face to face with White Fox, who I don't think we've seen in a while since the all those new characters were introduced.
She was like right on the cover.
Yeah.
A really nice cover.
Also, Taguchi, how do you say his name?
I think you're
right.
Yeah, who was introduced in Taskmaster number 3, which was a huge deal. That book shot up in price real fast. And Tiger Division. So bringing in some of these characters that have only appeared once or twice and kind of bringing them all together in a thing, which I think is another really cool thing Marvel's doing, is keeping those characters they introduced up in the air and still bouncing from series to series.
Yeah, after Taiguchi was premiered in Taskmaster, Marvel, somebody over there, some higher up, like pretty much went on record saying he's actually going to stick around and he's going to be a major person. Marvel has been trying to set up all these international heroes so that it's not the Avengers always saving the day. Like when they have to go to a country, they have to deal with a hero representing that country. I just think that's more interesting.
It's like what the Union was.
Yeah.
They're like the UK's Avenger team.
Yeah, and that's what Arrow is, Swordmaster, all of them. And you can see right there on Black Cat, that's Taguchi, that's him, because I see the symbol. I know because it looks a little bit like the Pepsi symbol.
All right, Hellfire Gala continues with X Factor number 10. This is the connecting gala or sort of red carpet variants that are going on. So this one features Rachel Summers. And then our next one is the Pride Month variant for X Factor. So this features North Star.
All right, next up, we have Shang-Chi #2, and look at that awesome Peach Momoko cover.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Marvel paid her the big bucks to be exclusive with them, is to have covers like this that are open order. So just order up on it. It's a beautiful cover. So Shang-Chi #2 also sounds great. They've set him up where he's the head of his family, but his family's this evil organization who he's trying to turn good. So a lot of heroes, he's kind of rubbing up against a lot of heroes who don't know if he's still good because everyone around him's evil. In this issue, it's Shang-Chi against Captain America. And obviously, if you ask me, he has no chance. Also, what's going on is there's a cosmic cube that is up for auction at this black market auction. So Shang-Chi finds out about it through his evil organization, and they're going to go try to get it. But of course, Captain America is going to bust up in there and try to take everybody out. So I thought last issue was great, a good beginning to his ongoing series. I'm looking forward to this one as well. And the Peach Momoko cover is just the little peach pit on the top.
Take that off for you. You might choke. Next up is Spawn 319. And what's really cool about this is even the solicitations it mentions, this is the Spawn issue that comes out the same month as Spawn Universe. So they are very tied together in what's going to be going forward in the Spawn universe. And this is, I believe, going to kind of be where Spawn is going, the main Spawn title is going to be going post Spawn universe, because there's going to be like 3 branching out titles. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the main Spawn book as opposed to the other ones that come out. Also, this incredibly cool, I guess this is just the A cover, the Baren's A cover with Violator on there.
That is awesome. Yeah, him changing.
He's kind of
into
like
the Beast.
like the Hulk covers where it's like Bruce Banner and then it's like growing into Hulk. So I think this is great. Super cool cover. We have a McFarlane cover, which I guess he was too busy writing the book that he couldn't.
He has
finish
a
his
good
cover.
excuse.
He has a
this
good
week.
excuse, yeah.
Yeah.
And then we have the Matina variant.
Cool.
Really, really nice covers.
All right, this is for all you Witcher fans. If you don't know, Witcher Witch's Lament just started up recently. The #1 just came out. This is the #2, cover B Finstark variant.
People always miss ordering the video game comics. You know, we always double whatever our order is because there's always people that come in late going, I heard there's a Witcher comic.
And
I'll pay any amount for it. And we're like, we don't have any.
Yeah, and with season 2 of the Netflix series, not too far away.
Right. So order these from your local store. They will run out. Stores we always run out of these. All right, so this is Made in Korea #2. For those of you who enjoyed #1, this is your chance to ask your local store, hopefully it's us, to go ahead and sign you up on the series. You know, in issue #1, stores take a risk. We overorder on, but once issue 2 hits, start to back off that order.
Yep.
I thought issue #1 was really cool. I can't wait to see where it goes. So here is your advance notice on that. Also, they are doing, #1 has sold out on the distributor level, and it's going back for a second print. So if you're somebody you want all of it, if you're speccing and you think that maybe this could get turned into something, which, I mean, it definitely feels like it could be a movie or a show, you might want to get it. Also, this will be under ordered because they didn't have the cover ready in time, and when they do that, stores do not order hardly any of it.
Our eyes just glaze over and keep scrolling when we don't see a cover.
If I suspect something could be big and they don't have the cover, this is when I get 2 covers of it.
Yeah.
Because no one else is going to, and those are those ones. I mean, you have to hold on to them until something happens, but then they go crazy.
Next up, they're back. This is the Walking Dead Deluxe second print. So they did, I believe, what was it, 1 through
6.
1 through 6, with these David Finch half and half alive, half zombie variants featuring the different characters from Walking Dead, and they are doing it again. So we have issue 7, issue 8, nice Herschel.
Yeah, that's cool.
Issue 9, issue 10.
Look at the teeth there.
was about to say, a lot of these characters, spoiler, die off so early, I don't even remember them. I remember Herschel because of his hat. Number 11.
Yep.
Yeah, with Maggie.
Yep.
And then number 12.
Look at the grimace on the face.
So I was say, this is Carol, isn't it? Because Carol was much different in the comic than she was.
Man.
I like how they all also their like zombified side is like different colors and they're all different stages of decay.
Gruesome.
But people who are, I know some in particular who get every single Walking Dead thing ever made, and this is another one where stores might not order it
because these are second prints. They still have the first print on the wall, but I mean, you don't buy it because you need the interior. You buy it for the cover.
Right.
The covers are great, and it's the only way you're going to get them. So definitely, this is another one to ask your store about because they're not going to have many for the wall.
Okay, this is Batman Scooby-Doo Mysteries Extravaganza. Like we said, it's the 5th Wednesday when these come out. In July? No, in June. Yeah, so it's the same month we're in right now. So this is kind of an annual package deal. This is just reprinting Batman Scooby-Doo Mysteries 1 and 2. So if you missed out or if for some reason you just want the two together in one package, it's a good Kickstarter for the series. It's a lighthearted, definitely good for if you just need a break from the dark stuff or you got kids, niece, nephew, whatever. Great for them. Best of Scooby and Batman in one thing. So once again, this reprints issues 1 and 2 in the same book.
So as good as Batman is at disappearing into the shadows, looks to me like Shaggy's got him beat. Who's the true Dark Knight here?
Yeah. And I think this is good too. I know, like my nephew, the idea of comics being like periodicals, like the story didn't end at the end of issue 1. You can give him this and be like, okay, this is the whole story.
A little bit more.
It's a little bit easier to like read from beginning to end in one sitting.
All right. So next up, this is Basilisk #1 second print. So this got rushed back to second print. The #1 just released last week. It was a big hit at our shop. I think everybody who's ready to come back around and said they liked it a lot. I enjoyed the first one a lot. If I have any criticism, I wish it had been a double issue. It ended and I was like, I want more right now. It needs a little bit more. I'll be grabbing this just because this had huge sales. And I think I read it is Cullen Bunn. I think it's his #1 selling thing he's ever written. He's written a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
At least for issue-wise. So here's your notice on the second print. Might want to grab one or several of these from whatever shop you shop with.
Next up, we have We Live #1 4th printing. I feel like Aftershock knows, one, this is a great series, but also we're getting real close to Free Comic Book Day where there's going to be that Free Comic Book Day issue. We want to make sure that this book is in stores, in stock, on shelf. So if you pick that up, the people working the store could say, if you like that, here is all the issues where you can get the complete story so far. So this is issue 1 4th print, and then we have issue 5 3rd print.
The elusive issue #5.
Yeah, the one that was under-ordered, but had probably the biggest, I don't know, the biggest almost genre shift at the end of it that I've seen in comics in a long time. So this is a great issue. It's a great series. Excited for it to continue later on, but get all those covers.
All right, so we're getting on to some trade paperbacks next, some collected stuff. So this is Star Wars Legends, the Epic Collection that they do for $40. It's a paperback. So this is the reprint stuff from 1977. So we got Star Wars issue 74 through 88, Star Wars Annual from 1979, #3, and Star Wars Return of the Jedi 1 through 4. So they're putting this out now. We were talking earlier about they're putting this out now because it's the classic version of basically what's happening in War of the Bounty Hunters right now. So same time period, so you can essentially see how they did it the first time around.
Yeah, and it's interesting because of course, Marvel had Star Wars first, then Dark Horse had Star Wars. This is collecting a lot of the Marvel stuff that takes place between Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, which is what's going on in War of the Bounty Hunters right now. It's cool though to see like this was their original idea for what happened in that gap between the movies. And this is cool too because it collects Return of the Jedi, so you go straight from the end of Empire through the next movie.
Mm-hmm.
And these epic collections, they are very hard to find once they're have their initial circulation, and they're really, really hard to get after that. So even though they're a little bit pricier, it's kind of like you need to get it now, because I know there's a lot.
Get later.
Yeah, there's a lot that even gone on to like volume 2 and 3s, but you can't get volume 1 anymore.
Yep.
So just be mindful that these won't stay around on shelves for long.
True.
All right, so next up from Dark Horse, it is Young Hellboy: The Hidden Land. This is a hardcover collection of stories from when Hellboy was younger.
Mm-hmm.
When you're Satan's son brought to brought to Earth to bring down the fall of man, things aren't going to just wait around and happen to you when you're older. Things have always been happening with Hellboy. So in this, it's Hellboy and, of course, his adoptive father, Dr. Brutenhelm.
Mm-hmm.
They're on an island in just sort of the South Seas. They get marooned there. And, of course, they come upon an ancient evil and a bunch of monsters.
I think there's a giant gorilla involved.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And I really like to see Hellboy when he's young, and it's nice to see Dr. Brutenhelm when he's alive.
Yeah.
He was such a cool character, and he died so early in the series to give Hellboy that tragedy and that figure, that father figure to look up to. It's great that they went back and wrote some other stuff. So this is a collection of that. It is hardcover. It is $24.99.
Next up, for all of you MCU, and I don't know what we're calling the Disney ones, MDCU or something. This is the WandaVision art book. This is the slipcase version, and it has a bunch of behind the scenes, and it has all the concept art and everything for WandaVision. Really, really cool. They've done this with like The Mandalorian and everything. So if you're a big fan of WandaVision, a big kind of art collector, or like getting these art books, this will be a really nice one, and it's $50.
And look at that. They saved all the art for the inside of the book.
Yeah, they don't want to waste it.
Yeah.
They don't want you to see it and be like, and you get to that page, you go, I already saw this on the cover.
No, I'm sure the slipcase is probably... They're probably still working on the slipcase,
right,
which is why we're seeing it like that.
This looks so cute and awesome. This is Chibi Usagi Attack of Heebie-Chibis.
You can't say that and not smile.
Exactly. So this is a collected volume, an original graphic novel by the creator of Usagi for $12.99. So this is great for middle grade readers, once again, as we talked about, or just fans of ultra cuteness. So in this, it follows the Dogu people, and they have been enslaved by the Salamander King, and they have to work in his mines. So, of course, Usagi has to come and save the day and rescue this community, this race of people. So that's what's going on in this. Chibi Usagi, awesome, really cool, cute. Nothing more to say.
Okay, I'll take it the other direction. So this is the hardcover collected edition of DC's The Last God. This was one of the original Black Label books, and it's nothing like the other ones. This is not superheroes. This was a very rich and detailed world about these godlike characters. It took place in the past when they had to defeat this evil god, and then in this present world. It was so richly detailed in the story. You get the sense, like when I was reading, I was like, am I missing stuff? But it was just filled in as it went.
It was like a deep fantasy novel.
It really, really did. And so this is the entirety of it for $49.99 for those of you who maybe read the first few and didn't get the rest, or you read it all and you want it collected real nicely. But this contains some extras, including, what is it? It's their role-playing source book for the world.
Wow.
Which I'm not surprised. So when I read about that, I was like, this all makes sense now. Somebody planned out the whole world, the whole realm, to the point that they're giving you a role-playing source book with this. So $49.99. It's really cool stuff. The art in it's fantastic as well.
Next up, this one's really interesting. This is, I feel like, something that they haven't done before. This is Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes tabloid edition. It's a hardcover. collecting the classic Superboy story where he goes to the wedding of Saturn Girl and Lightning Lad. So it's going to be like kind of an oversized.
I think it's going to be pretty much Treasury size.
Treasury size, yeah. But kind of reprinted and everything with all the nicer paper and stuff. This is the story by Paul Levitz. And yeah, I just think it's really interesting they're doing these. And there's a lot that I would like to see like this, like the Superman versus Muhammad Ali. I feel like that's like never really been reprinted.
Why in the world would they not reprint that?
Yeah, so to get something like that in like a big hardcover would be so nice. And I hope, because those tabloid were, I mean, never really reprinted, they, you know, there's a lot of them, they're very hard to find. I hope this is our new way of getting some of those.
And anytime we get them in, they're all ruined because they didn't have bags and boards that fit them.
Yeah.
And, you know, being that they're big, just people would stack things on them.
Yeah,
and put things
they'd
on
always
them.
pile weird in comics.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you never got to read this, which I'm sure a lot of people didn't, yeah, check out Superboy and the Legion of Superheroes.
Okay, this is Supergirl Adventures Girl of Steel. This is really cool. Got the Bruce Timm cover here, and much like you see on the cover, it spotlights Supergirl and showing her coming out of her sidekick role and just taking on more of a main character feature. It reprints from Superman Adventures issues 21, 39, 52, and Justice League Unlimited number 7. So issues that featured her quite big. And it's just an awesome cover. It's only $10. All these do really well at our store, and they're great for, you know, you can look at this right now, and if you don't want it, you could probably think of somebody who would. So I really enjoy this.
I recognize that cover too. That's, you know, every time that comes through, because that's that cover off of the Adventures series.
Yeah.
I think that issue, it's like a $20 to $30.
Yeah, it's just an iconic cover. It's really nice.
All right, so next up, this is a book. This is a young adult novel called Whistle, and it features a brand new Gotham City hero.
Wow.
In a book. So this character could show up in comics eventually. I don't know. Typically, they don't premiere new heroes in their own book, but they did. So I'm assuming her name is going to be Whistle. I'll tell you what I know about it. So what I know is she's living a pretty tough life. Her mother is dying of cancer. She's having trouble raising money. She has this uncle that helps her. They do like slightly illegal stuff, like gambling stuff in Gotham to raise money.
That's the least of the crimes in Gotham.
It's nothing too bad. I mean, she's a young girl trying to live a normal life while you know, providing the money for her mother's medicine. Well, she ends up getting this dog. There's a dog there. His name is Lebowitz. It sounds like a lawyer name, you know, like I don't know. So, but I think her dog's name is Lebowitz, and it doesn't really say what her power is. But when she gets her power, which she gets it in this book, she's not born with it. It doesn't quite say, but from what I read, it sounds like she can either talk to all animals or talk to dogs. So with her name being Whistle, you know, it kind of makes
dog
sense.
whistle, yeah.
Correct. And so I think that's what her powers are going to be. So I'm interested. So I want everybody to know about this, since it is a new character, a new Gotham hero. So this is $16.99 young adult novel, original.
And we have Umbrella Academy, You Look Like Death. This is a deluxe edition hardcover. I remember when the show was coming out, these deluxe edition hardcovers of Umbrella Academy were the hardest things in the world to find. And this is cool because this is the more recent series that spotlights some kind of one-shot stories or some of the side characters from Umbrella Academy. And this one is $79.99 for this big deluxe edition. It has a slipcase, it has original art prints, it even has a new story in it that wasn't previously printed about Seance. So if you are a completionist of all things Umbrella Academy, you got to get that new story, or if you missed out on this miniseries because I feel like it kind of got chopped up, we had big gaps between issues, you'll definitely want to check this out.
And if $70.99 is too much, there's another option.
There is one more option. This is just the regular library edition for $39.99. It doesn't have the slipcase. It doesn't have the art print. but I believe it has everything else in it.
All right, well, that is our show. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode of Comics from the Future. We hope you have an awesome weekend. And yeah, let us know if there's what you're excited about this week. Like I said, it is a 5th Wednesday when these releases come out, so it's generally a lighter week, but surely there is something there to catch your eye. And if you don't have a shop, if you would like to set up something with us, we're going to leave some contact info on the screen afterward. And that's about it from us.
Yep. Thank you very much from all of us here. Have a great week, and we hope you enjoy whatever comics you get from whatever store you shop with.
See you next time.